Looks like our Yeti's holding up.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are in the shop. We're gonna be tearing into the Air Force Cabover. We haven't come up with a name with it, but I swear by the next video we'll have one. We had to postpone doing some stuff with the Freightliner Cabover, so we're gonna be working on this the next couple days. So here it is. You can see we've got some torches here and a big open space in the middle of this frame. So you guys probably know what that means. You know what that means?
Get some torching done.
No, we're gonna get some torching done. So we're gonna be cutting the frame in half tonight. We're gonna block the bottom half of it up and start removing the back half of the truck. So first thing we're gonna do with that is we're probably gonna roll the truck forward a little bit, just barely, so we can get this frame section rolled out of the shop still. But also we're gonna get the fenders removed, these pieces of aluminum removed from it, and start undoing some air lines and electrical connections and stuff like that. So we're gonna hop right into it and start getting some stuff undone.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for.
Well guys, we got the fenders cut off of it. We're not gonna reuse them. They were already welded to the frame, so we're gonna have to wash these welds off eventually. But what we're trying to get to inside the frame here is where the frame starts to arch upwards to 10 inch instead of 14 inch up here. So we're about to it. I think what we're gonna do is salvage this cross brace here and reincorporate it into the other rear there, so that will kind of hold them together also right here at the seam. So yeah, we're gonna be making a cut right down the center here. So we're gonna unbolt this from the cross member there and try to get that spring hanger loose. Hopefully it'll still hold the rear up. Maybe we'll put a block of wood under there. So we're gonna get the impact out and get all these bolts loose on both sides, and then get the air lines loose. We've got a air line here that goes to the power divider, and then we got an air line here that goes to the fifth wheel slider and a couple other things, and some wiring and lights and all that good stuff. So we're gonna get this stuff unplugged, and then we're gonna start unbolting these spring hangers and get a block of wood put underneath there so that we can just roll this whole piece out as one unit.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the
So back off the time lapse, guys, we've got the spring hangers off. I cut the fenders off the rest of the way, and we've got blocks here holding the axle up onto the rear section. And like I said, we're gonna put it together right here between this cross member so that it bolts back together, and when I make a nice big weld, it'll be bolted together also. But I want to do something, because right now we got all this stuff right in the way. I don't want to make our exact cut we're going to be making with all this stuff in the way. So I think I'm going to make a cut back here, about 6 inches further back from where our actual cut's going to be, and go ahead and get this frame out of the way, and we can pull this cross member out of here for the time being. So what I'm going to do is make cuts back here behind the cross member, and we can get this rear section rolled out of the way, and we can move on from there.
run. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow.
There it is, folks. We made our first cut. People are cringing right now, I guarantee it. So here's what I'm thinking. Being that we cut it right there with the torch, so it kind of changed the temperament of the frame, we're going to have to weld it back together, but I'm thinking when we go to make the cut up here, I don't know what kind of design we're going to do. Maybe you guys can comment, let us know what you think we should do. But we're going to cut it with some kind of a saw, cutting wheel, cut-off wheel or something like that, just so that we don't change the temperament of the steel too much. So now that we got that cut, we're gonna go to the other side, and that should be it that holds this frame up. We've got a jack on that side, we got a Yeti over here holding it up, because we're fresh out of jack stands and everything else. So here we go.
Can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free.
All right, here it is. It's all cut. Looks like our Yeti's holding up.
Yeah.
Oh boy, dry shaft. Dry shaft being forward. There really shouldn't be anything else holding it. There's a couple.
Oh, there she goes.
So we just gotta roll it. And this freaking dry shaft is coming apart too. There it goes. Baby. All right, you ready?
Yep.
There it is. We cut it in half. Yeah. Trying to get this thing rolled back some more, but it won't go. Where's the sledgehammer? You where it's at?
Should be in the bottom box.
We gotta beat this crossbar out. And then we, oh, that's why it won't roll. Somebody put a power blocker in there. Alright. Shout out to freaking Yeti. You guys go tag Yeti in this video and tell them we need a sponsorship. We got a Yeti jack stand down there, but we gotta beat this crossbar out here. It's been a while since I beat it. It ain't me. What the heck? What the heck? Problem is, it's gonna suck in, I feel like.
You could be like a lumberjack and get on top and just.
Until I fall.
Yeah.
Negative goes better. Oh, I can't wait for all the negative comments. I'm whooped. My diabetes is hurting me. Alright, so here's what's happening, people. Dang it, y'all. Dang it. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna cut the frame. Obviously, is gonna be the mounting point right here, where it's the 14 inches, which stops like right here. So we got all this space to make a nice clean cut, because I want to butt the new frame off the other Cabover right in the middle, so we can bolt the cross member there, hold it together, and also plate it on the inside. But so what we're gonna do, sorry guys, battery died, but we're gonna butt it up right here, and we're gonna conjoin the two with the cross member. We're also gonna plate it from the inside and bolt it all together. So we're gonna run a plate from over here and then probably over here. So we're gonna have about a 2-foot wide plate that we're gonna bolt inside here also, along with having the cross member. We're gonna have to cut the cross member in half and then weld it back together in the center. And then we'll probably plate that in some way. But for now, what we're gonna do is get this rear section out of the way tomorrow. We're gonna go ahead and get a cut put in the frame, and what I'm thinking, and let me know what you guys think, is we may put like some kind of a zigzag right here, like a point. I've seen some guys do that whenever they cut frames, or I've seen where they come forward into this frame, and then they cut the other one to where it slides in place and they weld that up, or we just make one nice straight cut right down it, weld it all the way back up, we'll bevel it really well, weld it in sections so we're not tweaking anything crazy, and then make one nice fat weld on the inside and outside. Plate it, bolt it together, put the cross member on it, and that should be pretty stout. We shouldn't have any issues. Keep in mind, guys, we're not towing 80, 90,000 pounds with these trucks. So think about that. But we gotta get this thing together because Bus Monkey Garage is coming to see us very, very soon to work on our 1692. So, that being said, we're gonna try to get some stuff cleaned up and see what else we can get into. Well guys, there isn't much else we can do with the semi tonight because we need to roll the rear out of the way, and I've got the rear tires and wheels sold, so the guys actually come and pick those up in a couple days. And we've got to finish stripping the fuel tanks off that truck and strip the frame so it's just the frame showing. So lots of work doing these two trucks. So right quick, what we're gonna do is, you guys remember the little Chevy Love I bought my pops? We're going to get the carburetor ripped off of it and taking it to a speed shop here in town called Bullfrog Performance. There you go. And we're gonna let them rebuild the carburetor. So we got a rebuild kit, and we do have to drop the fuel tank out, so maybe we can do that while they're rebuilding the carburetor. We're gonna get the carburetor snatched off. I'm sure it's nasty and full of old terrible gas, and get it off, so hold tight. So we got the carburetor off, guys, and upon further inspection of it, I'm no carburetor connoisseur, but the back butterfly valve is like stuck, and so is the accelerator pump. So that would make sense why I didn't want to rev up or not do hardly jack shit. So you want to do the honors and put this thing in your car? We'll drop it off at Bullfrog. I'm gonna get the rebuild kit over there off the table.
You need to work for O'Reilly's.
O'Reilly's. Now you're gonna have O'Reilly ad on the video, watch. Before we deck out of this video, guys, make sure you go to brucewilsonshop.com. I still have a few pieces of merch left in the store. Use code Bruce50 at checkout for 50% off your entire order. And also on the international, we're gonna be selling the cab, and I'd really like to sell this before we start taking more stuff off of it because I don't want to damage it. You guys have seen everything. The cab's in really great shape on the inside. The interior's rough, but this right here is the only damage, and we painted over it. But I want to sell it. Guys, drop me some emails. It needs to go. I'll make someone a heck of a deal. We'll put it right on your trailer for you and everything. But drop me an email at brucewilsonshop@gmail.com. It can be yours today. We're going to be selling the radiator out of it. That's pretty much it, because we're going to be cutting the rest of the frame and using the rest of it and possibly using these fuel tanks on that truck. So, yeah, someone come buy the cab. Clean Florida title in my name, sign it right over to you, and it will be yours if the price is right. So, come get it out of my way, guys. Also, need you guys to give me some advice. Do you want to see some t-shirts with the Cabover blue collar on them? I'll go put up a poll on the community tab. Do we want blue collar shirts? Do we want flat nasty t-shirts? Do you want the Air Force truck t-shirts? I think what we're going to start off with will probably be blue collar, the semi truck, and then the flat nasty and stuff like that. So go to the community tab, vote, tell me what you want. Do you want no shirts, option one, of any of our projects, or do you want shirts of all of our projects? So go vote, guys. I need to kind of get a head count so I know how many t-shirts to order so we can get all that stuff in the web store for you guys. And we got all the Will It Start keychains. They are also 50% off. So,
If not, I'm buying like a handbrake.
yeah. So go do that, guys. Make sure you smash the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, guys. We'll be back out here tomorrow working with the Cabover once again. Catch you later. Peace.